But we have Allah. We have a God in heaven that's going to say one of these days, enough. And you need your kids there, right? So we got to find it. If you can't find it, call somebody and find it. How do you think I got here? Did I go searching for the mosque? I had a purpose. You have a purpose. You find somebody to father that child properly, to educate him. You see, I never had a dad like that. In my life, I never remember sitting on my father's lap. Ever. I never remember the hug. So I had to find it, didn't I? And God led me to where I could find it. When these boys come to me, they have found a place. But I have to be careful. You see, I was from that background. What happens if I come out and hug one of your boys? There's some gossip in the church corner is going to say, "Oh, good night," right? So you need the good, solid men of the church to take over the responsibility. And if they don't do it, you wives, you have control more than you. No, you already know how much control you have, right? Start exerting it on these guys. You don't want wimps, you want men. You want men that will take care of you and take care of your children. And that includes the emotional aspect of it. Right? Gotta have it, or you lose it. Next. I ask you for a rescue. Okay? That's the question you just asked. You just asked for rescue. I don't know what the story is, but I'll bet there's a story back there. Every one of you that's in this room is here for a reason. You know somebody, have met somebody, or are related to somebody that needs what we have. Every one of them. Either it's anger, pornography, abuse, addiction, gay. Somebody is here for a reason, and the reason you're here is because you love that somebody. And if I don't give you an answer that can be practical, I've failed. Next. Set right all my affairs, and do not place me in charge of my soul for the blinking of an eye. Wow. How much power do I really have? How much power does Allah have? I place myself in His hand, right? Don't let me have control of this. God, take care of it. Bring the right man. Do the right path. Set him on the right way. Make it happen. And He will. Next. And whosoever is conscious of Allah and keeps his duty to Him, He will make a way for him to get out of every difficulty. Now, are we going to succeed with our children? How do we know?
Faith, believe.
What does it say? You see, either that book is true or it's not. Either God is real or He's not. I choose to believe that He is. What do you choose?
He is.
He is.
He is.
Therefore, what's going to happen? They're going to get those kids out of this problem. And luckily, God has the way to do it. It's His plan. And somebody asked me the question, what happens if they don't want to come out? You know, Allah can make people really miserable if He feels like it. That person can go through a time of, and he's going to say, oh, if only I could get out of this. And that's the moment you have to be right there. You see, I believe in a God that does that. For His children. For His people. For His beloved servants. He will get you out of every difficulty if you just let Him. And follow His way. Next. He will provide from Him sources He never could imagine, and whosoever puts his trust in Allah, then He will help him. Suffice, help, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what I like about that particular one? He will provide him sources he never could imagine. How many of you ever imagined you would be standing in front of a Christian pastor doing psychological work, taking such education in a mosque? Isn't that a bit far-fetched? Like, that ain't never going to happen. But here I am. Sources you never could imagine. And you know why He uses sources you never could imagine? Because you can't imagine the life I came from. And how much power it took to get me out of it. And now He's brought us in contact with each other. And that contact, that power, that ability, that story that I have is going to be passed on and touch other people, and they're going to come out of it. I mean, I don't know about you, but this is fantastic. How powerful is your God? That He says, I'm going to use sources you can't even think about. And I end up being one of those sources. This has never been done, as far as I can figure out, in the history of either denominational groups. You're part of history. And all I say is, God, thank you, and I don't understand why, but thank you. Right? Just thank you for that. Just praise God it happened. I don't go from there, right? Next. Whosoever is conscious of Allah and keeps his duty to Him, He will make his matter what?
Easy.
Oh. How hard is it to get out of this lifestyle? Oh, it's easy. Wait a minute. I'm born this way. I didn't choose to be this. I did not choose to be a pornography addict. I just stumbled across it and kept looking and now I'm stuck. And what do you mean it's easy to quit? Did you know that pornography is a chemical addiction? You didn't know that. It's called adrenaline.
Oh, yeah.
You see it the first time, what happens as a man? We don't have to tell the ladies, they've figured it out already. Okay? The next time you look at another picture of a lady, what happens to you again? That's chemical, isn't it? Addiction is chemical. How do you beat the chemicals? I'm going to show you in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay? But it's going to be easy. The only time I ever overcame a temptation, it was so easy that I almost cried when I believed what it was. Because I had been fighting so hard for so long that I just could not even fathom ever being able to come out of this stuff. Right? But all I had to do was one thing. And it became so easy, it was amazing to me. Next. Your Lord knows you best. If He will have mercy on you. And will He have mercy on you? Did He put you in this room? He's already had mercy on you. So what's the end of the story? You see, I've read the end of the book. I know that at the end of the book there's a place called paradise. Right? And I believe that. And the devil, Satan, however you pronounce it, is going to get his just. Right? His reward will come to him. But you're going to be okay. And your children are going to be okay because God says it's going to be okay. And I'm going to have mercy on you. Next. Certainly. He knows your condition. He knows the day when you will be what? Brought back to Him. So if you fail, what does Allah know? The day that you're coming home. Does that mean that you're coming home? Read the sentence. Does that mean that it's actually going to happen? If He knows the day it's going to happen, is it going to happen?
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. How powerful is this? That came right out of there, right? I can share the same thing over there in mine. Same God. Same power. He that began a good work in you will finish it. He's going to bring you back, right? Finish it. Keep going. He knows you well when He created you from the earth. And when you were what? How much does God know about you? How much did God know about me? Did He know that I was going to have a hard time in life? Could he have stopped it? Think about that. Maybe he could. But maybe he saw something better. Maybe he saw a mind behind what was happening that had the ability to stand up here and say, I don't care, throw rocks. Tell me I'm crazy, but I've done it. Every time the gay world stands up in front of me and says, I was born that way, I can't change, and I look at them and I say, hey, I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. In fact, I helped build a factory. And all they can say is, I can't refute that. If that's what happened to you, I can't. But I wasn't that way. They're stubborn little beasties. You know that? They really are. Kids are stubborn. Take after their parents, don't they? Next. March forth in a way which leads to forgiveness from your Lord. Paradise as wide as are the heavens and the earth prepared for you. Isn't that beautiful? So pick up the rock and walk forward. Take the flag. Say, we're going to do this for our kids. And you start telling every parent around here that there's an answer to the problem. And I'll come down here once a week and hold classes every week for every parent and every kid that you can bring to me, because that's what I do. And if I can't do it, I've got friends that can. And we believe in one thing, and that is our kids are not going to be put through this foolishness much longer. We're going to stand up and say something about it. But the world, the devil, is going to stand up and say something about it too. And, well, the louder he yells, the harder it is, but the battle belongs to who? When your prophet was at war, they said he would never win, didn't they? He went out on a battle that they claimed he could never, too many Christians, too many this, too many that, all against him. And what happened? Who won? Does it matter how many are against you? As long as God's on your side? You see, with God on your side, you're bigger than they are. And this issue, these things that we're fighting against, we can win. But we have to realize what the enemy's like. You have to know what you're up against, what you're facing, who you're facing, how the belief is inside of these kids, why they don't want to change. They don't want to change because they've been educated they couldn't. End of story. Next. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for good and not for evil, to give you what? An expected end. This is the prophet Jeremiah. I don't know how you say it, but you know who I'm talking about, right? He says, I know the plans I have for you, plans for good and not for evil. To give you an expected, what's an expected end?
Paradise? Paradise?
Oh, you're going to make it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Is that why you smile all the time? Did you ever see some of these people that go to mosque or church and they don't believe that they're actually going to make it? I mean, they look like they're going to a funeral. Right? You ever see the ones that really know that God is powerful? What do they look like? You can tell just by looking who's in and who's out. Right? The expected end. I have an expected end. You know why it's expected? God said I was going to get there. So I expect it. And when I expect it, what happens? I get it.